This unit finishes up with a case study of the River Tees, in particular flood events, flood management, and whether that management is effective or not. It does come from what we'd call an issue evaluation that I wrote a couple of years ago, but we're not doing it like that. I've just split it up into 3 different lessons that you can follow through. So your first lesson is on the location of the River Tees and flood factors, and you should have covered some of that in a previous lesson. So that I guess the goals are just to understand where the River Tees is, and to be able to explain the physical, that's the natural factors, and human reasons for flooding along the River Tees. You've seen this video before if you followed the program through on the River Tees. It's got Elliot Brown in it, and I know all of you love Elliot and his little escapades. So it's an oldie but a goodie. So you could watch that again if you want. It's about 18 minutes long. You don't have to, but it is there for you to watch. Okay. And once you've watched that, you've got 2 tasks. The first one is to just find the River Tees, and then there's a Google map there for you to use if you wish. I've popped a little map on here as well with some of the major towns from Middlesbrough, Stockton, Yarm, Darlington, Barnard Castle, as you work your way upriver. Okay, and as you can see, it's got a classic long profile as well, going from over 300 metres high. In fact, actually nearly 850 metres across fell, all the way down to sea level at Teesmouth. The Google map gives you a little bit more detail. I'll just show you that now. Okay, so you could use that to think about the sort of physical and human factors that would affect the River Tees in that activity. So you can see there's various different reservoirs, which are man-made lakes, so those hold back some of the water in the upper catchment. You can see here we've got some really steep, rugged terrain in the upper valleys. That's going to promote a lot of runoff, so you could have a chat about that. You can see that there's moorland up here as well, which will absorb some of the water. We've got farmland down in the middle valley, and we've got numerous major settlements as we go down. And those are going to change the runoff regime, because there'll be more runoff off impermeable surfaces within the urban area. So you can use that map to add a range of factors. And then the second part of the lesson is to look at these catchment factors. So you'll need to read through this text. Okay, there are 9 very simple comprehension questions. So some of them require just a few word answers, some of them may be a little bit longer, maybe a sentence. A few of them might need a little bit more expansion, like why does this area have hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of flood damage? You'll need a bit more explanation there. And then your second task, once you've read through it and done the comprehension questions, which should give you good understanding, you have to pick out the physical and human factors for flood risk along the River Tees. So go through the article, highlighting 2 colours, one for physical and one for human, and then you can add that to the table. So I'll just show you that quite quickly. Okay, so on the text, you can just get a little highlighter tool if you wish, and if it's physical, like it has 3 main rivers going into it, the Skern, the Tees and the Leven. That's a physical factor, a natural factor. So you could add that in that colour. Let's pick out another one. The rainfall reaches the river quickly because of steep slopes. Again, that is physical. For the human factors, maybe pick a different colour. Tees barrage forms an artificial barrier. That is a human factor. That's a man-made factor that affects the river. So sort that out. You do some human ones, some physical factors from that text, and then you'll be able to pop those into the box, physical factors or human factors. Okay, review question is, are human or physical factors more important in affecting the river level of the Tees? So just a couple of sentences on that to finish up. For St Mary's students, you might want to attempt the review quiz. Now I've taken the link off here so other people can't see, but you will have a review quiz there that you can do. And just to finish up, a little dad joke just to keep you smiling through this period of isolation. Did you hear about the new River movie? It's streaming now. Enjoy your lesson.